My name is Looby, and I watch the show about the fastest man alive. To the outside world, I'm just an ordinary nerd, but secretly, with the help of my friends from college, I run a YouTube channel about video games, movies, and TV. I used to think a show about a guy who runs fast would be stupid, but after I watched the pilot, I discovered one of my favorite shows on TV, and this is the only review show that you should watch. This is Flashback. Welcome to Flashback, everybody. This is 165 Entertainment's weekly Flash recap show.
We're back, Flash.
We're back, Flash. Oh, God. My name is Looby.
I'm Greg.
And this is Season 4, Episode 2. I forgot what the title is, so fucking sue me.
Yeah.
Let's just dive right into it.
Okay.
Coming out on Front Street, I was not as big a fan of this episode as I was of last week's.
Yeah, last week's I think was a little bit better. I enjoyed this week's.
It was a good episode.
It had some good points.
My problem with it is it was one of those what I called like a self-contained episode. Like it didn't do as much to further the whole thread of the season. Like they dropped a couple nuggets within the last 3 minutes of the show.
Okay.
Otherwise, it was, they
almost like a standalone.
Something like that. They threw some things out there that maybe we should address this, maybe we should address that. It didn't do as much for me. Once again, I got my show notes here. Let's do a quick little rundown. Okay, yeah, Greg's got some notes too. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the beginning, I was actually kind of, dare I say, entranced by that elevator kill.
Oh, dude, that was awesome. That was very clever.
That was a really good idea. It's this guy stuck in an elevator. Elevator is going like at 60 miles per hour, just shaking up and down.
Ducky go up, Ducky go down. You ever see Tiny Toons?
I've seen Tiny. I don't remember that reference though.
Ducky go up, Ducky go down. Ducky go up, Ducky go down. Sorry,
I was thinking of it as like a martini.
Martini. Oh, martini shaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought that was a cool kill.
Yeah.
So then we start to see what's becoming like one of the main threads of this episode, which is the drama between Barry and Iris.
Yeah.
So at first where I thought this was going to go was that because Iris had taken such a leadership position while Barry was gone for 6 months,
yeah,
and suddenly Barry's back and the whole dynamic seems to be shifting and then almost leaving her behind, not as much, but like maybe she misses, I thought at first maybe she was missing that kind of control.
Yeah, like controlling like the relationship with her.
No,
and Barry?
like controlling the whole team.
Oh,
like she was,
once Barry comes back, she felt like she wasn't as in control.
Yeah,
like it was more like his team versus hers.
Something like that. Yeah.
I mean, it is like a team revolving around the Flash,
yes,
and he is the Flash. That's something I didn't really like about the episode. Is she made it seem like everything was about her. Like, yeah, Barry left and came back 6 months later, and I understand the dynamic changes, but it's like he's the leader of the team. Like he's the reason that everything is happening. Like let him do his thing and let him be. If he wants to be the leader, let him be the leader. You did a good job filling in. You can still be part of the team and be an integral part behind the computer. But like he's the title character of the show, and it's Iris.
And that's how I was feeling going into it until what really came out. So we're kind of jumping around the episode a little bit.
Sorry.
But when they go into the couples therapy, and when she has that little outburst saying, "You left me and you didn't even consult me about that," so that's really what was bothering her. Is that I think she finally admitted how much she missed him, how much she didn't like that he went away.
Yeah,
all the things that she was feeling that that the audience didn't really get to see addressed in the season premiere.
Yeah, like the drama between their engagement, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that touch that they threw that in there, that she had to tell everyone that doesn't know about Team Flash, and she had to lie to everyone's faces. Like there's a stall in the wedding for reason A, and then the family knows that they're lying, like they can see through her lies, and she knows that too, and she's having to carry she's having to carry all that burden with her. So having that part of it addressed, I was okay. I was a little bit more okay with it then.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when they were in therapy and she finally broke down and said, "You left me for 6 months." It's like, well, if he didn't leave, he wouldn't have left. He would have stayed with her, and then the world would have ended.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, they would have been together, but the world would have ended. he was trying to save the world, and in a sense, he was trying to save his world, which was Iris.
Yes.
He was doing this for Iris above anybody else because
Ultimately,
he
yeah.
wanted her to live her life. And as much as he wanted to stay with her, I mean, he believed that everybody else. I mean, he put his life before everybody else, or he put their lives before his own.
Yes.
So he wanted, yeah. So
Okay. So then we eventually find out the person behind that elevator attack is this guy Kilgore.
Yep.
And he has I like most of his attacks throughout the episode.
Mm-hmm.
He does the elevator kill. He does the one where he hacks that
Car.
that bomb. Okay, yeah, that's right. He hacks the car
Sorry.
first.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
the
You're
car
right.
first.
And
The heavy metal.
right, the heavy metal. So that was one of the times we see another bit of Barry Iris thing, but we're past that.
Yeah.
Just overall, that was a cool shot watching Barry disarm the car as it's moving and still seeing this guy like sliding across the road in his seat.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Something I noticed, and it was kind of funny to me, is like he had they introduced the new suit and all these technological advances
Yes.
and like all these new features. Don't you think traffic and like construction would be part of his onboard feature? Like it's on our
Yeah.
phones. Like he should have had like some kind of warning like construction in 1 mile. It's like it should have given him like a huge thing on the. I don't know. I may be nitpicking, and it's just like one of those things. Like it's a TV show. Who gives a shit? But it's
No, you're right, because I like that element of it because, and it kind of raises the question that, one of those things maybe we're reading too deep into it.
Yeah.
Is how quickly can the suit keep up with Barry?
Mm-hmm.
And I know Cisco had programmed like 1,000 hours of TV into a couple minutes. Did he do it the same with the suit? We don't know. But then it was cool that we were having Barry run off of 6-month-old instinct.
Yeah.
And seeing that, he's still flawed as fast as he is, as prophetic as he might be, as much as like his burdens may be off his shoulders,
Yeah.
he's still far from perfect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He still makes mistakes, and
Yeah.
I mean you can tell that in this episode. Like he's anything but perfect in this episode, and he has his flaws. And at the beginning of the episode, it almost seemed like he was a too good to be true Barry. Like he
Yeah.
changed
Like maybe he
coming
was
back from the Speed Force. With the opening sequence, him making like breakfast food and like doing all these nice things for Iris.
the dance.
Actually, no, doing all these nice things for him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then he did all the nice things for Iris, where he set up a lot of things with the wedding. At the beginning of the episode, it almost seemed like it was a too good to be true Barry. Like he was trying to be perfect, when in fact, like he was doing a lot of this stuff without like acknowledging that him and Iris needed to talk about what's changed. He's just trying to jump right back into his life, and
Yeah.
she's not ready to do that.
Right. I agree. Okay. I got that.
Shabba-dooba-dow.
Okay. So here's another thing that bugged me throughout this episode.
Okay.
So they figure out, like maybe a third of the way through the episode, that what they're dealing with is a meta hacker who can basically just disrupt any technology.
I know where you're going with this.
Over and over and fucking over again, they keep giving this guy more fucking tech to hack into.
Yep.
Like, let's set up cameras and microphones in this person's house. Oh, gee, what the fuck is the hacker going to do with these cameras? I don't know. Or what about the... what else does he do? Well, that just happens over and over again, and it bugged me a lot.
Like, the suit was the biggest thing. It's just like, hey, guys, we have to defeat this hacker, Meta, that is able to get into systems that are almost impenetrable or, like, have tough security systems. Oh, hey, Barry, here's your brand new suit. Oh, he hacked into the suit? Oh, gosh, how did that happen? It's like, really? Like, how does that not cross your mind? How does that not even, like, click in Cisco's head? Like, he's a genius, comes up with the solution to this problem, but in the end, it almost goes south because they don't take into consideration that he has a suit of armor, basically, that's technological.
It's another thing that they went in headstrong, and I don't know, it bugged me a lot. But it did lead to that nice, another good Kilgore attack was the insulin pump.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty clever.
That was brutal.
Okay, that was enough of that. I did have one whole note. I thought,
Good.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Okay, so the Cisco Gypsy stuff.
Okay.
This was something that I thought was a bit of a throwaway again. because if she was, more or less reintroduced in the next episode, you wouldn't know anything had really changed.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't know they went through whatever it is that they went through in this episode. Where
what's changed in 6 months between them? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, it seems like they're closer, but they're going on a date, which is good.
They during that time, it seems like all they might have done was acknowledge that they had feelings for each other.
Yeah,
like they grew a little bit closer. Like you said, they probably talked. And,
one day.
Yeah, one day was
basically
the theme of their thread, where it's supposed to be the most romantic day on her Earth. So it was really important to her that they would have a date on that day, while Cisco was trying so hard to, try and figure out this hacker meta, and he keeps pushing her away.
Yep.
He goes through, it's almost like a typical sitcom lesson where if a girl says she's not mad, she's actually really mad. It's a trope we've seen a lot, and
it was kind of interesting that they had the dual dynamic between the two relationships, Barry and Iris, and then Cisco and
Gypsy.
Gypsy, thank you.
Sorry,
I'm brain dead. Where both of them are having issues, and that funny little scene where Joe's standing there trying to think of what they can do next, and both the couples are like awkward and angry.
That was a nice shot. I did really like that. Just the one shot of everyone walking around in different directions and not talking to each other,
and then Barry and Iris go like through the front of the desk, and they
kind of like cross over and look at each other weird. And it was good. It was a good shot. Good for comedic value anyway. But just the way they used that 111 day to introduce like a binary way to try and stop the hacker whose code was. It's like, really, he couldn't have figured that out on his own.
It's binary. Like, I know it's to defeat him. You have to use a reverse binary, but it's like binary is one of the most basic like computer analytical.
Yeah. He had that board where he drew zeros and ones everywhere. He's super fucking smart. He couldn't have noticed that it was binary and try and use that to his advantage. Yeah. It just seemed a little bit out of character. It's a small complaint, but still, I wasn't a fan of it. So there was one scene. I think you were only present for about half of it. So Wally and Barry show up to stop Kilgore during like the final showdown or whatever. Mm-hmm. And by the way, side note, Wally's fucking useless. This whole episode.
Wally's hair is ridiculous. Can I just say that?
Comment on Wally's hair.
I'm watching this episode. Why does Wally have the hair of Evil Barry? He's got that hair flock going on. It's like, what? Anyway,
it was his own little.
It was. I don't know why it was bothering me so much. It was just really bothering me. His hair.
It's so different from what it was in season 3. But yeah, Wally didn't do anything in this episode. He actually
#Wally West hair.
In this episode, Wally, he dropped off those cameras, which wound up getting hacked. He showed up at the final showdown. He got knocked out, and he just sat there for the rest of the time. But
I was hoping so far in I know we're only 2 episodes in, but I was hoping Wally would have had a more prominent role in crime stopping and crime solving, and it seems like he's taking more of a support side note.
We're only left to assume that he did so much while Barry was away, that he was the stand-in speedster. But because we didn't see any of that, and we're not seeing any of his heroics now because he's not doing any heroics, he doesn't matter to the audience, and it's hurting his character. But anyway, so while Wally was knocked out, we get to see some of the bits that was done to Barry's suit, and one of them is just a fucking Iron Man power. He lifts up his hand, a fucking repulsor ray basically comes right out of it, which it's cool to see, but it's like
that's a big finger to Marvel right there.
Don't you think that it's been done before?
Yeah.
You've seen a lot. Guy in a red and gold suit shooting lasers out of his hands.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I'm sure Marvel's going to have their little comeback with one of their TV shows, but...
What?
That's Don.
We got a full house? What the fuck?
Everywhere you look,
I didn't
everywhere you look, everywhere is a highest place.
Somebody who needs you. Oh, dude, he fucking made it rain. Oh, Don's money. Don's money.
Oh, Don's money. Thanks, Don.
Dude, I'm gonna. The Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh.
Yep. Dude, that's awesome.
Hi, Don.
You should
Bye,
come
Don.
here more often. Fuck, so many interruptions. Okay, so Barry's suit. So after he shoots out the Iron Man repulsors, he temporarily gets away from Kilgore, and we see he's
Called collect.
He that was a good note too. I love that.
You have a collect call from
God, help me. That was a nice touch. But then
I liked that, yeah.
we also see his suit has built-in flotation.
Yeah,
and
he
the whole
ballooned.
time I was thinking about two different things. One was from Space Jam where they blew up Newton.
Yeah.
Newman. Sorry.
Newton?
Newton.
Isaac Newton?
Newton. There was that, and then Patrick, stupid inflatable pants. That's what I was thinking of whenever I saw that. It was a nice little comedic beat, and of course, when it deflates, it makes the farting sound.
Yeah.
It was a nice touch.
I liked it. It was funny from what I saw from the fridge.
Yeah. But then they solve it by he zaps his lightning that he does, like when he runs around, he throws it.
Yeah.
He zaps himself, and then suddenly everything's okay. He stops Kilgore from killing the scientist guy. He injects him with the reverse, the binary antibodies.
I thought he killed him. Like, it looked like he stabbed him right in the heart.
For a second, it was unclear what exactly had happened to him.
Yeah.
Because we don't... It could have killed him. We didn't know.
That's true.
I don't think they knew either. I think they just wanted to stop him.
Barry, you were just supposed to, like...
Yeah,
tap him with it. You didn't have to stab him.
Put it in his arm.
Yeah.
Something,
It's like a radio frequency. Just put it in his pocket.
Yeah,
God
for real.
damn.
Oh, man. So, yeah, so Barry saves the day while he's on the ground.
Damn it, Wally.
Yeah.
Probably hair.
Yeah. So then, and now they're throwing out the tech suit.
Yep.
Because there's one guy who exists that can stop him.
Hack into it.
And I get it, but also at the same time, again, it's like I talked about before. We're introduced to this tech suit. It's not going to be in the next episode. So who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I didn't understand. I mean, it was cool to see, and like I liked all the features, and it's like, oh, that's going to be really cool to see this season. Oh no, we're going to get rid of it.
Yep,
it's like,
sorry, audience.
Well, that was a great plot point.
Does not matter
Thanks.
anymore. Yes, I mean and oh my god, the villain's fucking acting was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was intentional because I mean if like
it was very
lonely geek or whatever got powers like that, he'd probably be over dramatic like that. But
it was very Porky Piggish. Hammy. Come on.
I'll give it to you. I tried to clink, but you saw how it happened last week.
Oh, okay.
When if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch last week's recap. It's in the very beginning. You watched it? Yeah. Oh yeah, you told me you did. So yeah, the villain's acting was annoying. The scientists were annoying.
Barry, and one little side note, I'm going to go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Cisco gave him the instruction manual to the suit, and he's like, I'll read it later. It's like...
You can read
Barry,
it in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, you can read it in like 2 seconds. Read the goddamn book.
You spend so much
lazy
time watching
bastard.
TV.
Yeah.
You can't
catch up on Game of Thrones, but you can't read a instruction manual.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, so that ends. They put this this tech meta
Kilgore
in like an underground prison with the least amount of tech as possible.
Yep.
And they ask him the very brilliant question: you didn't live here when the what's it called? The particle accelerator. When the particle accelerator went off, you weren't in town. How did you get your powers? And he gives us a non-answer. He says...
basically, wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah. And he says there's going to be others like me. Mm-hmm. Central City is going to have his hands full. So he's basically just saying, well, get ready. He's saying to the audience, this is what the season's probably going to be like. Now, what...
It's just a bunch of other Kilgores.
Yeah. It's the same dude. It's the exact same
over
dude.
and over again.
Copying himself.
You can't stop me now.
Yeah. And when you start to think that you know what's going on, then we get a quick scene with the Thinker again, who's, of course, bad guys playing the piano for some like a digital.
Did you get the feel of like Alan Rickman in there?
The voice.
I got
a little bit of the look.
Yeah, a little bit of the look. I got a little Alan Rickman tribute
Little
right there
vibe.
from the little vibe. Get it?
No, but if they don't make that joke sometime in the season, I think that's a missed opportunity.
The vibe and the vibrator.
Yeah. It's just kind of subtly hint at it. They don't have to outright say it.
You want to know why they call me
Say
Vibe?
your name is based on a female self-pleasure device or something. I don't know. I don't even know if they can like be that descriptive about it. Anyway, so they're showing the thinker,
And he's thinking.
and he's thinking while he's playing the piano. He finished the unfinished symphony. That's okay. Whatever. Doesn't matter. And the dialogue between him and his assistant kind of makes it seem like he's not behind the powers that were given to Kilgore and these other mysterious metas.
Yes.
Because she's saying like he's in place. So what do we do now? It's that kind of hints that
Get the other.
he's going to try and assemble these people. There was a little grid.
Avengers
on a computer.
Assemble?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was going to try and I don't know. I tried to think of like a villain version of whatever. So something comes up on the screen.
Avengers Assemble?
That's almost what I said. Avengers. So a computer screen comes up, and there's like a grid, and one screen is filled with like footage of Kilgore in prison, and there's 11 other blank screens
With question marks, right?
Yes, with question marks.
Why?
It's kind of weird that he's got placeholders for them already, and like he knows there's exactly 11 more.
Yeah.
He doesn't have footage on him, but he can like conjure a piano in front of him. I don't know. It's strange.
Well, they have to find them. So it seems like, to me, it almost seems like he knows they exist,
Yes.
but he doesn't know where they are.
Yes.
Like they have to go and actively try to find them.
Yes.
He's got to think
And yes.
and find them. Yes.
So yeah, so that's and they're probably all related to the what did I call that guy from the bar from the last episode? Like the googly-eyed,
Yeah.
straggly,
Straggly looking.
scraggly,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck I call them. They're probably all related to him.
Hash slinging flashback.
Sure, the slash ringing, the hash singing. Okay. So yeah, they're probably all related to that group of that guy whose name I forget that Assad so kindly joined our video.
Yeah.
You know,
Assad gave us a little
that guy.
background on them.
Remember that guy you looked up?
What was his name? Yeah.
Was it a lady?
What was her name?
Well, anyway, yeah.
So, it's all going to tie back into the first episode, but we're only 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
It's
Some good points.
It started off really good. This episode was fine.
Yeah.
In and of itself, like there were good parts. It didn't serve the larger thread of this season.
No, I agree.
So, so if I were to rate this episode,
I think you gave the last one like an 8.3, didn't you?
I believe it was 8.3. So I'm gonna have to give this one like a Ominent Black.
Ominent Black. Ominent.
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 Amunet. Amunet.
Amunet.
Yeah.
Moon yet black. Got it.
Yeah. So this episode, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 6.8.
I'm gonna give it 7.3.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, so if you watched, thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
If there's anything that we might have missed, anything you agree with or disagree with, any of the points that we made, please let us know in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, 165 Entertainment. Make sure to tune in next week. We're going to do this all over again.
Episode 3.
Episode 3 of Season 4. This has been Flashback. My
Revenge
name is
of the
Looby.
Thinker.
Is that the... Yeah, we don't know the episode names, clearly.
No, I was going Star Wars there.
Revenge of the Thinker?
Revenge of the Thinker.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith.
I can dig it. Oh, because it's episode 3. I'm Looby.
I'm Greg.
See you next week.
Bye. Flashback.